Good evening. Today is Sunday, December 28th, 2025. I'm Rich Stevens, and this is the Cold Take. What you are about to hear is news from this week taken only from primary sources like press conferences and court documents. You can find those sources and attribution for every story at thecoldtake.com. We begin in Utah, where the body of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was found in a rural area of Wayne County. December 23rd, just before 8 a.m., her mother, Ashley Lynn Buzzard, was arrested for the murder. Police held a press conference where they said that on October 14th, 2025, school administrators reported Melodee's extended absence from school. The following day, detectives served a search warrant at the family home. The search warrant revealed that Ashley had recently rented a car. Video showed both mother and daughter wearing wigs while at the rental car office. During their trip, Ashley swapped the plates on her rental car and made efforts to avoid detection. December 6th, police responded to a call from hikers who had discovered human remains in Wayne County, Utah. They later determined that the body was a female who died by gunshot wounds to the head. Ballistics were able to match the shell casings to one found at the home, and DNA identified the body as that of Melodee Buzzard. Ashley was booked for first-degree murder and is being held without bail. December 18th, Florida Attorney General James Uthmire announced the successful conclusion of Operation Northern Lights. Florida partnered with the U.S. Marshal-led operation to rescue 43 missing children from 14 counties over 7 days. Uthmire's press release stated that 300 missing children have been rescued in 2025. A bipartisan bill aiming to expand pediatric cancer treatments was slowed down in the Senate by Bernie Sanders. The bill passed the House by a voice vote and was submitted for unanimous consent before the Senate. Unanimous consent would have allowed the bill to pass before Congress went into winter recess. Bernie Sanders was the lone objection, expressing that he would not support this legislation without a handful of additions. I was not able to get the full text of those additions, but you can watch the full remarks and read the Senate record at thecoldtake.com. A man is in custody in Seattle after stealing a state patrol vehicle. Why is that news, Rich? Well, the man was attempting to cross a highway on foot when the trooper stopped traffic. While the trooper was stopped, the man approached, opened her door, threw her on the ground, and drove away in her car. The ensuing chase ended in a crash without injuries. The official records on this one are murky at best, but there is a video of the incident, and you can watch it at thecoldtake.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of The Cold Take is brought to you by the crushing debt that follows Christmas. Like and subscribe to support the channel and help me pay off my credit card. Switching to politics, December 23rd, outgoing New York City Mayor Eric Adams spoke alongside Governor Kathy Hochul to announce Science Park and Research Campus Kips Bay. The project, dubbed SPARC, is a first-of-its-kind jobs and education hub. They hope to generate 15,000 jobs and $42 billion in economic impact over the next 30 years. The site will comprise a full city block in Kips Bay. You can read their statements and watch their press conference at thecoldtake.com. On December 21st, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced $47 million in grants to 57 organizations. This is part of a larger effort to reduce juvenile substance abuse and recidivism rates, mentor young leaders, and increase civic engagement. Funded groups include those focused on youth from specific backgrounds and cultures, as well as the LGBT community, refugees, and immigrants. The one that stood out to me is Sacramento-based Hooked on Fishing, Not on Violence. The full list of organizations and funding levels is available at thecoldtake.com. Citing existential threat to Christianity amid ongoing genocide in Nigeria, the White House and the Department of War announced strikes against ISIS targets on Christmas Day. You may recall that last week the United States struck ISIS targets in Syria as well. Trump also stated that he has requested Congress to look into additional actions in Nigeria. In financial news, markets outperformed this week over the rest of December. The Dow gained 1.2%, climbing to 48,710. NASDAQ added 1.25%, closing at 23,593, a gain of 286 points. The S&P added 95 points, a 1.4% gain, and closed at 69.29. Gold continues to rise. A 4.2% gain has futures trading at 45.52 per ounce. If you want more information about market indexes and how we measure, check out the full video on our YouTube channel. Moving to sports, Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf will serve a 2-game suspension for an altercation with a fan. In Detroit on December 21st, Metcalf approached a fan, grabbed him, and attempted to throw a punch. The suspension will cost him over $500,000 in salary, and the Steelers can void an additional $45 million in guaranteed money. Despite accusations online, the fan insists that he did not use any curse words or racial slurs, and the stadium investigation supported his assertion. Staying in the NFL, Christmas Day saw the Lions fall to the Vikings, giving the Packers a playoff guarantee. The Broncos beat the Chiefs 20-13, and Dallas took down Washington 23-30. Saturday, December 27th, ECU took down Pitt in the Go Bowling Military Bowl in Annapolis. Penn State beat Clemson at Yankee Stadium 22-10, and not to be outdone, Fenway Park hosted the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, where Army defeated UConn 41-16. If you're confused about this, so was I. This Wasabi is a data storage company whose website reads, quote, "spicing up the cloud storage industry." Fresno State won an 18-3 contest against Miami of Ohio at the Snoop Dogg Bowl in Tucson, and BYU overcame Georgia Tech to take the Poptart Bowl title home. The final of that game was 25-21, and no, Notre Dame did not play. Like it or not, that's what happened. I'm Rich Stevens. This has been The Cold Take. Oh, it's a leg. It's a major award, and I won it. All joking aside, what the is the Snoop Dogg Bowl? So seriously, Cold Take Bingo. The sky is the limit. Throw your ideas in the comments.